Solid 24 to the art of prepping or bugging out. SHTF has occurred. Repeat, SHTF has occurred. Bring out the big guns.
Hey, my friends. Let's take a look at this Baofeng radio. Have had requests to kind of go over this real quickly, just in some very simple terms on how to actually save a frequency and maybe just a few other little things. This is the Baofeng UV5R, and pretty much all of these Baofengs have the same interface for the most part. First off, I just want to apologize for the lighting. It's in the middle of the night right now, and this is the best I can do right now. I am working on getting some better studio lights. Not that I have a studio, but just having some nice lights, right, to help illuminate. So if I could take some pictures maybe at night in the house instead of having to wait until the sun comes up. As you guys have probably noticed, I'm a night bird. I pretty much stay up all night. So anyways, let's just take a look at this. And I do have this aftermarket adapter, so I'm powering this off of a battery pack. There's a lot of accessories. I think I have pretty much most of them, and they're pretty cool. I would recommend some of these accessories, as well as these antennas as well. They have these aftermarket antennas. They can really increase the gain, so that means that you can receive and travel a lot further. Some of these, though, you have to watch out for. Now, this one here is an authentic, I guess you pronounce this Nagoya antenna. This is the real deal. But this one here is a knockoff. So it says a Diamond brand, and the real Diamond brand is very nice. They're pretty high end. But this one is a knockoff. So the reason why you'd want to avoid the knockoffs is because they're not tuned typically as well as the name brand. And so you can actually damage or overheat your radios and damage them long term. It just happens, though, that this knockoff isn't as bad as some of the other ones. So, you know, it's usable. So let's go ahead and jump into programming this radio. So first off, you want to do some research. And there's a lot of different databases out there on the web. You can get books as well that gives you frequencies. Now, this radio doesn't cover all of the frequencies out there. And so, especially the modern day trunked systems that are on 800 and 900 megahertz, some of them are even up above that. You're not going to be able to receive those on this. Okay. So this is kind of like the old world style radio that is analog. And so digital radios, encoded radios, trunk tracking systems, they're not going to be able to really be compatible with this. But for what this is, and you can find these sometimes around $20, it's not bad for what it is, especially if it's just trying to be used to communicate with other people in short distances. Now, this does have the capability to transmit on ham radio frequencies. So here in the U.S., that requires an actual license. I personally have the license. I've had it for like over 20 years. And I have to say, though, that I do see sometimes people misuse equipment like this when they're not licensed. So don't be one of those people. But there are some frequencies that, in theory, you can use without a license. But I kind of think that for the most part, even the FRS and the GMRS bands, they require a license. But it's not so much that you need to take a test. I think you just send a few dollars into the FCC. But I think most people don't really even do that. So when you see like radios like this that are pretty much everywhere that have FRS or GMRS frequency bands, for the most part, you're probably going to be fine. You know, if you just kind of, use them from time to time. But once again, for legal purposes and for this video, so I don't get in trouble, if it states that you have to have a license in your area or in your country or state, please do that. So in terms of finding your frequencies, you want to go to your reference material and look it up and figure out which frequencies that you want to program this. And so for this tutorial, it's going to be very simple. It's not going to be used for repeaters or as the use of a ham radio. I'm just doing this for people who kind of just want to listen to a few frequencies and they want to program it into this radio. They're just using it more like a police scanner. Even though this really isn't a scanner, it can be used, though, to monitor certain frequencies. So once you've kind of looked into it and found your frequencies, or what you can do is you can turn this on and you can literally go here to this top button where it says VFO and MR, and you can switch it over here to see right here it has the numbers. That's your channel mode, and then you hit it again and those numbers go away. This is your frequency mode. And so you can type in, for example, whatever you want, or you can just practice listening, and just kind of doing a little scan. So you can hit this button down here. It says scan, and as you can see, it scans. And so you can kind of just sit back and see what's on your airwaves, because sometimes in these frequency directories or these manuals, they don't include everything in your area. So you might be able to find a few things. Now, when you find something that you like, you can just hit scan again. Most of the time, it'll just stop anyways. And let's just say that you found this frequency here, and and you like that, that frequency a lot. And let's just pretend though that this frequency actually is 4, because I want to do something else. I want to show you something in a minute. 4, 6, 2, 5, 5, 0. Okay, and that's another way too. You can actually directly type in your frequencies as well. If you don't want to scan for them, you can type them in. But just for purposes of this demonstration, I wanted this frequency. So this frequency here just happens to be the first channel of the GMRS band. Okay. So if you have a GMRS radio, like, for example, one of these, then you can communicate and talk to this radio, or it's compatible is what it is. So this is the first channel, 462.550. So basically this is a UVF frequency. And I'm sorry, UHF. It's very late at night. Sorry, UHF frequency. I'll get it right? And so, so I just want to show you, just turn this on, that it is compatible. And you're probably wondering, well, if that's supposed to be channel 1 of GMRS, why do I have it on channel 15 here? Because channels 1 through 14 on this Motorola is FRS. So 1 through 14 is FRS, which just stands for like Family Radio Service. And then channel 15 on up is GMRS. Okay. So, for example, I'll just hit the transmit button here.
Testing 1, 2.
Okay. And then I'll reverse it here so you can hear. I can transmit also from this little guy.
Testing 1, 2.
So it works. So that's just to show you. And you can easily look up online and get, reference material to understand what the actual frequencies of your channels in your other radios, you see. So, and you can, of course, just simply look up FRS frequencies and you can get the list of the frequencies, or GMRS and get that list as well. So now I want to show you how to save this frequency in this radio for future use. Okay, so if you want to save this frequency, you simply go to Menu, and you type in, at least on mine, it's 27, and 27 is the menu option for memory channel, okay? And then you can type in now, after you hit Menu again, and see, it just went away. So if you don't touch it for a few seconds, it will go away. So let's do it again. menu 27, hit menu again, and then type in whatever the channel number you want. So in my case, I want channel 92. Okay? Hit menu again, and it's now saved. How do you know it's saved? Well, you can simply hit exit and then go up here to this VFO MR button, hit that, and voila. Channel number 92 is right there, 462.550. Okay? And it's just that easy. And so there's a lot of other options in the menu that you probably shouldn't even worry about. That's for more advanced stuff, and it's not that you don't want to probably learn about it eventually, but if you're not a ham radio operator and if you're not using like repeater towers, it's not really, usable or useful, because it's just something that you don't need. But just remember, don't transmit on frequencies that you don't have a license and you're not trained to use. It can cause some problems. So, okay. So I just wanted to show you that. And for any reason that you want to delete that frequency, you simply go back to menu and you can just type in 28 and it says delete channel. Hit menu again. Okay. And then hit menu and bam, it's gone. How do you know? Once again, you can go here to exit, and then you can go to channel 92, and guess what? It's not there anymore. It's only 91, and it goes back to 0. So just wanted to show you that. It's a very simple radio once you get a hang of it, but at first it is a little confusing. It took me a little while. They do have software for this. I just never was able to figure it out personally on my computer. It just might be that I have a really old computer. So, yeah, good luck with this. Hope this was helpful on some level. I'm not some kind of genius or expert really on radios. I have a few, and I use them from time to time. And yeah, so the Baofeng or Baofeng, some people call it, are not that bad. I like this one here too. This is my favorite. The Baofeng or Baofeng, people say it different ways. This is nice. So, just different options for different people. As always, thanks for checking this video out, and be safe.